Welcome everyone to HFN. Today's December the 12th, 2019. And as always, we're here to give you all the news according to the charts, give you an update on what we're noticing in the cryptocurrency space, the stock market, commodities, whatever we see a market move impending about to happen. We definitely try to give you all a heads up before it actually occurs. So that's why it's important that you make sure you continue to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, our website, HueFinancial.com. All of those locations is where we'll place our impending price movement in the cryptocurrency space and the stock market, as well as for commodities. All right. So on today's video, we also will update you on our previous forecasts in Bitcoin. But first, we're going to digest this article right here of a couple of analysts who are looking for Bitcoin to move lower, albeit they are at varying price levels, and we're going to see whether or not Bitcoin is going to continue to follow the same movement by the price chart according to these analysts. All right, so you guys can remember we do got a playlist of all of our videos. We do have a Bitcoin playlist, so if you wanted to fall back and see what we said for our last video, which was on the December the 9th 2019, go back and check out our playlist. It's all there for each and every one of you to review. All right, so this article is talking about how Bitcoin again forms a bearish flag, which is a pattern. The price may drop to $5,000, and this article is going to go through some crypto analysts' various price predictions. All of this is based off tweets that came from Twitter. All right. So as you can tell, Bitcoin dropped to around $7,200 on Tuesday. Here we are on Thursday, and it is still trading around that particular price level right now. The overall market sentiment has turned bearish. It has been bearish for a very long time. Analysts are giving their versions of a further price dump. Analysts are still seeing Bitcoin moving lower. Now, if you guys can remember, we showed you an article on the last video about Bitcoin of where someone was talking about Bitcoin was going to break up to higher prices. And as you can tell, it did not play out that way. So that's why we want to emphasize continually that focus and attention needs to be on the price chart in order to determine what's the likely outcome in the future for price movement. On Tuesday of this week, the price of the major cryptocurrency, talking about Bitcoin, is slid to $7,200. And as of the recording of this article, Bitcoin was still trading around $7,200 from CoinMarketCap. Now, the sentiment still may have turned a little bit more pessimistic as you look at this article, and several people are still seeing Bitcoin with weakness. They're saying that Bitcoin is going to move even lower than from where we are right now, $7,200. But they differ on the price of where the market is going to find support. So this first tweet that we're going to look at is from an individual by the name Joker. They're saying that Bitcoin is going all the way down to $5,000. Kia Crypto. He's the individual that is saying that Bitcoin is forming a pattern of bearishness and saying that the price may eventually hit $5,000. This is his price chart. Mass confusion is going on this price chart. You cannot determine, you cannot walk away from looking at this price chart with an idea of what the market in Bitcoin is going to do. The more you place on your chart, the more confused you'll be. So even from where the market in Bitcoin is trading around $7,200 right now, it's about a 30%, 50% more, according to this individual, of Bitcoin seeing lower prices. So here's the next one. Crypto Michael. He's saying that Bitcoin is going to fall to $6,900 to $7,000, which is not far from where we are at right now. Maybe about $200 from hitting $7,000. He's predicting that Bitcoin can hit those particular price levels. And as always, they leave themselves an out unless, right there, that's the loophole, unless Bitcoin can break upwards from the current price mark. This is his tweet. And this is his price chart that he's looking at. Again, even more confusion is going on. He has varying colors. He has an indicator at the very top of his price chart. And then he has multiple price levels. I am suggesting that's what these color variations are. And then he has volume at the bottom. He's interested in this blue area right here for Bitcoin to find its support level. On to the third one. One analyst by the name of Nebraskan Gooner expects some sort of a drop. But he's a fractal analysis analyst. He doesn't really give us a price level as to what he expects the market in Bitcoin to go. But he is inclined to see the bearishness in Bitcoin to continue, and he is expecting some type of drop soon. Now, this article right here was on the 10th of December, about 2 days ago, and obviously the market in Bitcoin did drop, but it wasn't massive. As you guys can tell in this tweet, he didn't give us any percentages, a price level as to how low the market in Bitcoin is going to go. He's trying to take the safe road in his predictions as to, well, I didn't give out any price level. I didn't get a percentage as to how low the market in Bitcoin can go. So I'm safe. People can't call me on the carpet if I didn't give them either one of those, a price level and or percentage as to how low I'm seeing the market move to the downside. So he's trying to scave out of his analysis as to what he expects Bitcoin to do. Now, at the very end of this article, you know, you got to give you some optimism, some positivity into the market in Bitcoin. And now we are seeing, again, more outlandish predictions. And this one is coming from Ross Ulbricht. He's the founder, creator of Silk Road, which is serving a life sentence in prison for that marketplace. They're calling him, this article is calling him an expert. That at some point next year, 2020, or even earlier, Bitcoin may hit the all-time high of $100,000. Even I don't believe $100,000 right now. So again, this is your optimism for today. Now let's go back to some realism to anticipate what the market in Bitcoin is actually going to do. All right, so let's get the real. Here we are. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, and you guys can tell from our video on the 7th of December, movement to the downside was anticipated, and it definitely came and surpassed our ultimate area of support. 4.10% profit made on that particular forecast. Time to get rid of it. And market in Bitcoin is still trading in a consolidation range. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to formulate a trading range, plain and simple, one of consolidation. All right, so let's extend this out a little bit further. And the market in Bitcoin, as we trade, cannot break below this level, which is around $7,100. Did anyone in this article say $7,100 to be support? He has 6,900 to 7,000. He's probably the closest one. 5,000 for Joker. Crypto Michael has 7,000, and he has no number at all. So let's extend this out a little bit further. This is it. Now I'm gonna show you something on the weekly time frame before I go as to the sentiment of weakness is going to stay here until we see Bitcoin break above this level. Okay, don't expect the market in Bitcoin to move higher until we see it break above $7,800 to $8,000. We have already seen 2 consecutive back-to-back weeks in Bitcoin that it couldn't do it. that is your indication that the market in Bitcoin is still weak. So we're still leaning in the market for Bitcoin to move lower. We got another resistance area right there around 7,500 too. So there's a lot of resistance areas in this space in Bitcoin from a longer perspective that you need to keep your mind focused on. Okay, looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, again, we're still getting some small hints, indications of strength into the market in Bitcoin. I do like that. We're going to have to play this on the hourly time frame because the further in time we go out, the market in Bitcoin can break below that $7,100 level that we have. So we are going to play the market in Bitcoin with the anticipation to see some higher prices. Okay, and we would TP the market right there around $7,300. So let me bring that down, see how much that will be. About 0.75% profit in the market for that. So keep that in mind as we continue to trade in this space for Bitcoin. But we're going to anticipate the market in Bitcoin to see some higher prices. All right. We got our TP around $7,400, which is about 2.25% profit. It could go a lot higher than that, especially as we trade out through the weekend. But I am expecting us to see some movement of higher prices in Bitcoin as we continue to trade the next couple of days. All right, so this is it. Definitely expecting the market to really hold consolidational trade. That's why we got this range created in this space. So we're going to use that as our strategy, as our anticipation of how the market is going to react to it. And right now it's just consolidational trade. So we're going to play this movement to the upside in the market in Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and play this on the daily time frame. I think I want to play it on the 4-hour, but we'll play it on the daily time frame and allow the market to work. So this is it. Questions or comments about the article, questions or comments about what we're expecting the market in Bitcoin to do, or just leave us a comment about what you're seeing. Make sure you always maintain profitability. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.